Welcome to the Fund 9 Closeout Report for the Project Catalyst proposal number 90087, the DripDropz Cardano Mainstreet Suite. This proposal in DApps Products and Integrations category received $326,000 of funds to perform research on and design the pilot demonstrator version of a multi-chain payment rail system that enables merchants and consumers to diversify their existing payment options and reach untapped global markets and purchasing power. The goal of this development was to determine the necessary partnerships, legal requirements, and the technology stack that would be required to launch this endeavor successfully. Throughout the development process of Mainstreet and Fund 9, our team faced numerous technical, regulatory, compliance, and financial hurdles. In addition, we faced a new system of milestones in the Project Catalyst that required us to make changes to both our proposal and how we would deliver the work and receive payments. The new milestone system was instituted in Fund 9. We took the sample milestones provided in the workshop that Project Catalyst ran, and we tried to make it fit with our development process. In some ways, we were successful. In other ways, it set up expectations within the Catalyst team that our team was not originally prepared to meet. As a result, we went through a change request process and agreed to create an additional software demonstrator version of our application. We completed that work and took the enhanced demonstrator on the road to the ATX DAO competition in Austin, Texas. Let's take a look at the history of this project's milestones. For the first milestone, the user journey walkthrough, we released a survey to our target users to get their feedback on the user journey. We received over 100 responses, and the data was very helpful in identifying areas where we can improve the user experience. One of the key findings from the survey was that users wanted a clear and concise onboarding process. They also want to be able to easily find the information they need. We're taking these findings into account as we continue to develop the application. In addition to the survey, we also conducted user interviews and usability testing. This helped us to get a deeper understanding of the user needs and pain points. Based on the feedback we received, we've developed a set of basic design principles that will guide the development of our user journey. We've also worked to identify the basic user technology requirements. This includes hardware, software, the things that users will need to use the application. During this time frame, our executive team also met with a number of service providers. We interviewed companies such as Prime Trust, Zero Hedge, and Fireblocks. Our team needed to find an appropriate vendor to provide infrastructure for the custodial omnibus accounts that we would use in our system. Our second milestone saw the creation of our Figma document that contained the user experience and user interface elements for our demonstrator. These elements were built directly into the app. During this time frame, we also began interviewing vendors to help with several of our identified gaps. We needed legal advice as well as compliance management. We selected John Dunsmore's firm for our legal services and Drata for our compliance software. The demonstrator app really started to take hold during the third milestone. As the front-end prototypes were completed, we finalized our selection process on technology vendors, and we signed contracts with Fireblocks, the largest and safest payment rail provider. Lastly, we also engaged our legal team to begin the process of applying for money transmitter licenses. The team collected the information needed, and we performed background checks and other necessary pre-work. We collected an Excel sheet with the cost of every state's money transmitter license, and we used that so that we could build a budget for future funding rounds to seek help in paying for those costs. Our final milestone shows the transaction process for peer-to-peer commerce using QR codes and with the deployed tech stack, the Fireblocks Playground, and the Cardano network, the testnet, all involved. Our first run through this was not satisfactory to the Catalyst team. They asked us to meet several other requirements with the code prior to sign-off. We agreed that the previous final milestone would become milestone 4, and that we would sign the full contract with Fireblocks and pay them, and then proceed to development that was for the standalone installable APK. It's an Android version for Android phones that would perform several very specific actions. Number one, it would allow merchants to list physical or virtual products for sale. And number 2, it would provide a seamless on-ramp for new customers to fund their wallet. Number 3, it would facilitate the completion of a sale, right? Multiple sales. Number 4 is to allow all users to withdraw proceeds to an appropriate account or wallet. And number 5, it would manage and track the results of the sales for the merchant and for the customer. So we engaged a Kotlin developer. We ensured that all of these tasks work. And we're so happy now to bring this exciting project to a conclusion. We learned several important lessons during the process of completing this proposal. There are a large number of entities that promise to work as payment rail providers. Most of them were actually just customers of Fireblocks, so working with the primary organization that provides this infrastructure was necessary for our success. We originally started with Flutter as our development language, but it did not provide a level of flexibility and security in mobile application development that would work for applications requiring money transmission. And as such, we moved to Kotlin multi-platform for mobile so that we had full access to the underlying operating system and were able to complete transactions in a safe and secure fashion. The legal hurdles and the requirements to build this platform are steep. There are varying requirements state to state, and there are fines and fees for doing things incorrectly. So hiring a competent legal team to handle this portion was definitely important. The investment landscape is constantly shifting at this time. Investors want projects that are further along the success curve and are tighter with the funds that they're willing to offer. We will require additional funding to move to the next major step. In order to make our platform even more attractive to investors, we have asked the community to assist us in acquiring the state money transmitter licenses. And now that we've paid the attorneys, we also have to pay all of the bonds, licenses, and application fees in each state. In Fund 11, we were awarded the DripDropz Mainstreet Suite licensing proposal. The extensive work that that took place in Fund 9 helped us to be able to fully understand these costs and how they were involved in getting the money transmission portion of our business together. You can see the breakdown there as to how the funds will be used to complete the licensing for the first 23 states and hopefully become a more attractive investment target moving into the future. We are grateful to the support of Project Catalyst community and the Cardano Foundation in making this project a reality. We are excited to continue working on this project and to bring it to the next level.